Good evening, Zimbabwe. This is Change Radio News. Today is Thursday, 30 October 2025. The news is read by Divine Nambira. Here are the news headlines. Opposition urged to rise as revolutionary parties erode democracy in Southern Africa. Human rights activist Vava deported from Tanzania, and Dr. Wazara bemoans the crumbling health system. And now for the news in detail. The democratic space in Southern Africa continues to shrink as liberation-era ruling parties intensify repression against citizens, civil society, and opposition groups, particularly in Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and Tanzania. Once champions of freedom and independence, parties such as ZANU PF, FRELIMO, and Chama cha Mapinduzi now stand accused of rolling back hard-won liberties through authoritarian rule and state-sponsored violence. Analysts say the region risks deeper instability unless citizens vote out entrenched revolutionary parties and usher in modern, accountable leadership as seen in Botswana. Zimbabwean human rights activist Blessing Vava has been detained and deported from Tanzania after being labeled a security risk by immigration authorities. Vava, who heads the Crisis in Zimbabwe coalition, had traveled to Dar es Salaam on a solidarity mission ahead of Tanzania's elections. His passport was confiscated and he was reportedly held overnight at Julius Nyerere International Airport before being deported without explanation. The coalition has condemned the move as a violation of human rights and Pan-African solidarity. Tanzanian authorities have not yet commented. Veteran surgeon and church leader Dr. Matthew Wazara says Zimbabwe's health system is outdated, underfunded, and failing citizens, leading to preventable deaths and a mass exodus of medical professionals. Speaking at the In Conversation Ideas Festival in Nyanga, Wazara said the once strong sector has collapsed due to poor infrastructure, low pay, and lack of investment. He urged government to redesign the health delivery model and create a financing system that allows citizens to access care when they need it. Opposition politician Job Sikhala has reported a heavy police presence at his home in Chitungwiza. Sikhala says the deployment, which includes officers with guns and dogs, is to prevent his birthday celebration, an event he claims was already rescheduled after an agreement with police. He has questioned the move, calling it a show of force by what he terms the forces of oppression. A new education report has exposed a major learning crisis in Zimbabwe, revealing that 83% of pupils fail to meet basic reading and math standards by the end of primary school. Released by the African Union, UNESCO, and the African Center for School Leadership, the report blames chronic underfunding, teacher shortages, and lack of learning materials. It says the government has also failed to support vulnerable learners through the Basic Education Assistance Module. While Zimbabwe was praised for its school feeding program, the report warns the system is operating in the dark, without a national learning assessment framework. Opposition activists in Harare have expressed disappointment over being informed late about the death and burial of MDC founding member Mrs. Beauty Mafirowanda, popularly known as Mother Queen. She passed away on Friday and was buried on Sunday. Activists say the late notice prevented them from attending the funeral to pay their last respects. Change Radio spoke to activist Juliana Mondiwa. Let's hear as she speaks.
Makadi machampion ose eshanduko. Ndiri kukuzivisai kuti tanga tine murandakadzi anga akanaka champion yedu Mother Queen Mafirowanda Beauty. Vakazvarwa mugore ra1951. Mai Mafirowanda takatanga navo musangano 99 paWarren Park Ward 15. Takabatana nerugare nekambuzuma. Vanga vari dedicated mumusangano. Tiri kurangara rimwe gore ratakambomhaiswa tichida kupondwa tikamhanya nemurailway line. Beauty Mafirowanda akanga ari strict and akanga asida musangano wake. Takazoti tagara nekugara tichifamba tichirohwa tichimuka tichidini, asi vakaramba vakangomira. Tichiri kurangarira tina chairman edu agamunorwa vashaya. Queen akamira semusambangwena aine musangano pamwoyo, ari chair lady wedistrict reWarren Park. Takazoenda kumaelection apedzesera aya. Munoziva zvaakuitika, mama kupinda makonye akangowanda. Queen akaramba akangomira ari pasilent. Tichingoti pataenda kumusangano iye anenge aripo. Asi zvakazorwadza nekuona kuti vavengi vedu vanga vakawanda vari surround. Queen akazoshaya musi weFriday. Ashaya musi weFriday. Hapana akazivisa machampion ose nemukuru wedu kuti tarasirwa nachampion, because taasingazive kuti anga akugara kupi. Zvinove zvinhu zvakatibata chaizvo, tarasikirwa. Ini ndakashanda naQueen ndoni Mai Mondiwa. Munhu wese ari kuchema, asi zvisinei Mwari vakaita kuda kwavo. Tichavarangarira gamba guru irori panyaradzo. Vanhu ngatibudei neuwandu. Ndatenda.
We also spoke with Ward 14 Councillor Costa Mande. Let's hear what he had to say.
It's so sad to hear of the untimely death of our strong activist. She's our mother, Mother Queen. We used to call her Miss Mafirowanda. It's unfortunate. Most activists or most members got to know about a untimely death after a burial on Sunday. Queen Mother has been a strong woman. She played a critical role in the formation of MDC. She was based in Warren Park, and Warren Park was mooted to be an area where CIO and government officials stay. It was very difficult to campaign in those areas, but she played a pivotal role in making inroads that MDC could campaign and talk to people in those areas. She was a strong and very brave woman. She encouraged many women to participate in the political history of this country. And as you can see now, most women are occupying positions. She played a pivotal role. It's so sad, and we hope on a memorial service we encourage all the activists to come and celebrate the life that we lived with Queen Mother.
Activists from Warren Park, Kambuzuma and Rugare, who worked closely with the late MDC founding member Beauty Mafirowanda, are urging colleagues in Harare and across the country to attend her upcoming memorial service. The details of the event will be announced once confirmed. A Zimbabwean man has been arrested in Khayelitsha, South Africa, for selling illegal medicines from his home. Police seized large quantities of the drugs following a tip-off in Lilitha Park. The arrest comes as South Africa launches a national action plan to combat substandard and falsified medical products, a problem affecting 1 in 10 medicines in low and middle income countries, causing serious health risks and preventable deaths. In economic news, Zimbabwean ex-mine workers who developed silicosis while working in South African gold mines can now claim compensation locally. This follows an agreement between Zimbabwe's National Social Security Authority and South Africa's Chiamiso Trust. Eligible ex-miners will undergo medical assessments and lodge claims at Bain's Occupational Health Services clinics in Harare, Gweru, and Bulawayo. Chiamiso Trust CEO Munyadzi Wakwinda said the move restores dignity and justice to affected workers, while NASA Chief Charles Shava called it a milestone in social protection. The government has clarified that Statutory Instrument 87, SI 87, does not justify a bread price hike. Authorities say the SI, aimed at protecting local farmers, does not apply to wheat production or sales. It ensures guaranteed buyers for other local crops while maintaining stability in essential food prices. Agriculture Permanent Secretary Professor Obet Jiri added that the SI allows millers and agro-processors to contract farmers for at least 40% of their material needs. And in news from local communities, Old Mutual Zimbabwe has donated 5 refurbished doctors' call rooms to Harare's Children's Hospital. The upgrade will benefit medical staff across 7 wards. The initiative was carried out in partnership with the Rotary Club of Harare West. In international news, vote counting is underway in Tanzania's general elections after a tense day marked by violent protests. Police imposed a curfew in parts of Dar es Salaam while internet services were disrupted as videos of clashes and fires spread online. President Samia Suluhu Hassan is widely expected to retain power in her first electoral contest since taking office in 2021. Opposition supporters have accused the government of stifling dissent after candidates from the Chadema and ACT Wazalendo were barred from the race. Authorities insist the vote was peaceful and credible despite reports of low voter turnout. Tanzanians also voted for parliament and for leaders in Zanzibar. Preliminary results are expected within 24 hours. And finally, in sports news, Warriors midfielder Tawanda Maswanise continued his fine form, scoring as Motherwell beat Dundee 2-0 in last night's Scottish Premier Sports Cup quarter-final. The Premier Soccer League has banned Herentals FC fans from attending the club's next 3 home matches following incidentals of assault during a game against Caps United. Club officials Paradzai Afa and Tyros Ngoma have also been banned from all football activities for 3 seasons. Herentals must pay a $5,000 fine and will play the matches behind closed doors with only accredited personnel allowed. To end this news bulletin, here are the headlines once again. Opposition urged to rise as revolutionary parties erode democracy in Southern Africa. Human rights activist Vava deported from Tanzania. And Dr. Wazara bemoans the crumbling health system. And that concludes our bulletin for the day. We thank you for listening. From myself, Divine Nambira, and the entire team at Change Radio, we wish you a blessed night.